Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today it's going to be my first NBA podcast style video. And if you don't know about these podcast style videos that I do, I just like to state that you probably don't want to keep this tab open because you're not going to see another picture besides this one. So obviously, if you can't tell, this is a video about Kemba Walker. I'm going to be listing some of the possible trade destinations. Just as of late, the Hornets have put him on the trade block, one of the most loyal players in the NBA, and the Hornets about to do him dirty, so hopefully they can send him somewhere good or somewhere where he can at least thrive. That's my goal for him because I really do like Kemba Walker. I think he's an underrated player despite his, lack of defensive skill and awareness. He's such a good offensive player that obviously he could be a valuable asset for any team. He's kind of like a mini Kemba Walker, a mini Kyrie Irving, just a little bit not as good, I would say. Like, not at a little bit, much worse, but not significantly worse. He maybe can even grow into a player that's as good as Kyrie Irving. I could definitely see that. So let's get right to it. Some of the possible trade destinations I found. I thought the most likely one is the New York Knicks. I feel like they're the most realistic destination for him. And this could be like a Frank Ntilikina and like Enes Kanter to make contracts work. Swap for like Kemba Walker and maybe Marvin Williams would do it. Or, Dwight Howard maybe, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Because they're going to want to swap one of the bad contracts, maybe even Batum, but I don't think the Hornets are necessarily looking to deal Batum. At least I didn't see any reports that they want to deal Batum. So I feel like something like that, and the Hornets would be getting a good enough trade back, because I think Frank Ntilikina clearly a lot of potential defensively. His offense needs work, and his jump shot's a little bit completely trash. So if they can fix that, then it could be a little bit better. Now, the next big destination that I thought would be really cool, that I don't think is as likely, but I would kind of like to see him there, is the 76ers. See, if you put Kemba Walker out there, you still got J.J. Redick, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Robert Covington. You can play Simmons at power forward, so I forgot about Covington, that's why I listed him last. Covington could play small, J.J. Redick at shooting guard, Kemba at point. That's a dirty lineup, and I know Simmons has been playing point guard, and he's been doing a great job. But I don't think his future is going to be at point guard. I think his future is going to be at forward for sure. Like, especially when Markelle Fultz comes back. So, and Kemba Walker would be a good player because after next season, his contract's up. They might not even want to keep him at that point. So, if they might not even be able to match the value. But the underrated aspect of why I think the Sixers might be able to get him is strictly because they have so much cap room. They wouldn't really need to, swap anything but maybe, their first this year with no protection. So an unprotected first this year. So, yeah, and maybe even if the Sixers really want Kemba Walker that bad, you swap Fultz for Walker, but I don't think they'll do that. I definitely don't think that's going to happen. But I'm sure that'll work. Maybe they can just swap him a pick, and I think they'll do it because the Hornets more so, they're, ready to shed his cap. They definitely want value back, so whoever gives them the most value, they'll take. But I think the biggest thing here is they want to shed some cap room so they can easily dish off a Marvin Williams type of player or a Dwight Howard to the Sixers too, and just get rid of them. And they'd probably have to take back maybe a bad contract back, or maybe even a good young player like Holmes. And they have some good bench ones. Maybe McConnell, but I don't think they want to give up McConnell. Maybe Saric. But yeah, I definitely think Walker would add so much to that team that's been. Their defense has been great this year. It's their offense that's been kind of inconsistent, especially when Embiid is off the floor because Simmons has no one to make a play for. And Kemba Walker would definitely be that guy that could just get rid of all those problems. The next team that I thought would be kind of a dark horse candidate for this is the San Antonio Spurs. Now, I know a lot of people have been talking about this late, so I definitely don't think it's a strong possibility, but I would like to point out that Tony Parker and Patty Mills, not really the best point guards anymore. They could definitely use someone like him. I'm not sure how they would do it, but I'd imagine it would be centered around Kyle Anderson. And maybe 2 firsts, because the Spurs are going to be good for a while still, because they're always good. So I would imagine it would be something like that. Another destination that I need to point out that I don't think is very likely, but I've heard people talk about it, is the Cleveland Cavaliers. They definitely don't need him, so I'm not sure why this is even a thing, because they have Isaiah Thomas, but I know Isaiah Thomas has played pretty bad lately, and that Nets first round pick and Tristan Thompson or Shumpert, that Nets first is so valuable that the Hornets might just accept that with Thompson or Shumpert or one of these bad contracts or maybe even Channing Frye, who's on an expiring deal. So, I mean, that would be pretty interesting, but I think they're going to go after someone like DeAndre Jordan, so I don't think that this trade's going to happen. Now, another destination that I thought was pretty cool, because I read in an article, is the Phoenix Suns. Now, I know they went all, the main thing is they went all in for Kyrie Irving, and that's why they wanted him. And they didn't get Kyrie, and then they traded Bledsoe. So, getting Kemba Walker would be kind of the point guard that they've been wanting, because they want the scoring point guard next to Book. Clearly, they went their separate ways with Bledsoe, because he was more of a defense-first type of point guard, and more of a playmaking Russell Westbrook style point guard. But they want the Kyrie Irving style point guard, which is exactly what Kemba Walker is. And what, they could probably just give him Dragon Bender and TJ Warren, or like Marquise Chris, or maybe even Alex Len, but I doubt Alex Len is worth that much to them. But they have the young pieces that aren't too good that they need them for their future success, but are good enough that the Hornets will say, that's a good return for Kemba Walker, and we're going into rebuild mode, so we'll take that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Any other teams that, I read this one article that said the Clippers also had a chance, and I think it was going to be like a bunch of the Rocket players they got for Chris Paul, some of those young guys, like Montrezl Harrell, Sam Dekker, and Sindarius Thornwell I think was involved. And the Clippers could take the bad contracts because they have the cap room, so that was a possibility, but I don't think it's even likely, so that's why I didn't talk about it much. And the Pacers, who I definitely don't think are going to go for Kemba Walker, I think they're happy with Oladipo, and I don't think they want to mess that team up because they're not really contenders, and I think they know that. But they like what they have youth-wise, and they're probably going to try to strike with a big free agency signing, like an Isaiah Thomas, I feel like. So I don't think there's really much of a point for them to go out and get Kemba Walker. But a trade center to the Pacers would probably, they'd probably want TJ Leaf, I'm assuming. Maybe even Domantas Sabonis. But I don't think this trade of Glenn Robinson, who's been a pretty good 3-and-D player for him. But again, Hornets on rebuild mode, so that's not really what they're looking for at this time. So another one I don't think is really possible. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching, and bye.